Hello, 6th grade. This is our next lesson on nutrition. Great job doing your journals last week. If you have not yet turned them in, please turn them in. Anyhow, journal number 28 is the following. How do you feel today's society feels about your body image, and what do you know about food safety? Explain why you choose to eat the foods that you do. Now, a couple things I didn't get a chance to get out to you last week, or maybe I said them, but you didn't have the definitions, because you might need the definitions. Wink, wink, in case you have a Google test. Wink, wink. Never mind, you already read it. So I'm going to send you this sheet. This sheet says the following. That eating disorders sometimes, but not always, occur to people suffering from any of the following. Could be low self-esteem, negative body image, a person's lonely, and maybe they're suffering from depression. I know I'm pretty sure I said some of them, but there was a sheet that was missing, I think, that you didn't get. There's a couple more definitions in there. I would definitely check out some of those definitions. Once again, wink, wink. I think that 3 of them you might be seeing soon. You don't want to lose them. And then some extra little facts to know. Hey, guess what? I'm going to say 2 words. You got it. Wink, wink. There might be an answer or 2 down on those facts. But ideal weight is a weight that's right for someone your age, height, and bone size. Hunger is your body's physical need for food, when you actually need some food. Appetite is the desire for food because of your environment and thoughts. If you're walking down the street and you see McDonald's, whoa, all of a sudden you want a Big Mac. Sometimes you might be walking down, let's say, Bell Boulevard in Northern, and all of a sudden you see a giant castle, and you're thinking, man, I could go for a little tiny burger. Appetite, it's because of your environment and thoughts. Okay. Then you have dietary guidelines. These are a set of food and lifestyle recommendations for healthy Americans age 2 and older. I think I gave those to you early on in this unit. And then diabetes is a disease in which a pancreas produces little or no insulin. Some of you know family members or friends who suffer from this. Going down a little bit into those facts, this is where sometimes people, they have to monitor their intake of food, especially when it comes to sugar, and sometimes they actually have to keep a constant eye on it, and then they might need insulin, which is a hormone that helps regulate the body's blood sugar level. A couple other facts there, pretty self-explanatory. If you want, you could read those on your own. I'm going to skip this page, not so important. These are just a couple more little fun facts that in class I probably would have went over a bit, but it just kind of lets you know that just be careful that some of the things that you are doing and some of the things that you see on the media, it sometimes gets a little skewed. And don't forget that, you know, when they're taking models, they don't always take, they've been doing, let me fix that. They've definitely been improving as to the way people have been presented on television and on social media. But in the past, a model used to always be the thinnest person that they could find, and like the ideal, what people thought the ideal was. There is no right or wrong. Okay, you guys, I've been stressing to you, if you're happy with the way you look, that's perfectly fine. Then you're the ideal, perfect body frame. But sometimes they try to choose unrealistic goals, especially like a Barbie doll. That is unrealistic. That person could not really exist in life. All right. At this time, on this page, there's a few statements. I'm going to ask you to pause and do this on your own very quickly. So, pause. And when you're done, you can come back, even though you probably paused it now. So, pause it now. Do this page.
Hello.
And welcome back. These would be the answers as to whether or not, when you're trying to gain or lose weight, these are some positive ways and some negative ways, okay? Limiting alcohol intake would be a positive way. Don't eat out of the bag. That's not a good thing, because you know you keep eating. Cut down, not out. Watch your portions. Another positive way is keep low-calorie, nutritious snacks on hand. Avoid extra calories in soda and candy. We've been telling you that probably since you were a child, or hopefully someone is. You shouldn't be using too much salad dressing, even though they're so tasty. Always increasing fiber. Fruits and vegetables as a snack, we know this. You don't want too much sodium and salt in your diets. That's not good. eat a variety of food. Don't eat the same 16 foods every day. Try not to skip meals. You should be aiming for 3 basic meals a day. Don't eat too much fried foods. And then some of the negative ways when it comes to gaining and losing weight are the following. Don't exercise unless you have to. It makes you hungrier. That's a ridiculous statement. Cut fat out of your diet altogether. It's bad for you. We already talked about this in the nutrient lesson. You definitely need some fat. Eat quickly. Nope, that'll just mess your system up a bit. Skipping meals is not a good idea. It's the opposite of what I just said before. Weigh yourself every day to see if you lose weight. Some people sometimes decide to go on diets and weigh themselves. Don't weigh yourself every day, because the chances of you seeing a change or fluctuation in weight every day, that's not going to happen. So you want to aim for every week, every 5 days. So then if you weigh yourself every few days and you see after 7 days I lost 3 pounds, oh, that's good, because then maybe the following week you might only lose 1 pound. But it doesn't feel so bad because you're still losing. If you watch every day, it's not going to be good. The next one, eat as much food as you want, then purge, so no food's digested. That's a ridiculous statement. We just talked about eating disorders. Don't worry about nutrition, just take vitamins. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. And always clean your plates, even if you're full. I'm hoping your family doesn't make you do that, but that if you're full, then you really should stop. And then the last one, it says eat only one part of my plate each day so you can eat anything. All right, I kind of skipped around on these, but this gives you an idea, some positive and negative ways of gaining weight. And the last thing I wanted to go over, why do we choose certain foods that we eat? What influences us? Now, there's a lot of influences in this world as to why we choose to do what we do. Well, the first one out there is TV and media. We know this. We see things all the time. Then you have your family and friends sometimes will give us ideas as to what to eat. Sometimes you're eating whatever your mom and dad cooks for you because it's what mom and dad cook for you. Some of us have certain eating preferences due to a religion or ethnicity. Where you live. During the winter, we can't have watermelon because there's no watermelon growing around here. But people down in Florida might have a little bit more watermelon accessibility because there it is growing for them. Okay, and cost of food items. Some of us can buy super amazing steaks. Some of us can buy middle of the grade steaks. Okay, there's all different foods and they cost different money. So it depends on what you want to buy. So you haven't seen my wonderful face for a few weeks, so welcome. I hope that you are maintaining social distancing and doing a great job at home. We are pretty much getting towards the obviously last month here of everything, but I don't know if you're doing everything in all of your classes. You're getting a lot. I hope not, but from me, your journals were turned in. Great. If not, please get them in right away. And in case you haven't heard me mention, please always turn things in on time, because if you don't, you turn it in late, it's really annoying for me to go back and then have to go resubmit it and find your name and everything. Just try to get things on time. Monday, projects are due, and you now have your final Google test for nutrition. After this, I'm going to give you about 2 or 3 more lessons because we are obviously winding out this year. You guys have been doing an amazing job, and I want to tell you that from the bottom of my heart. I was a little lenient with the reading. We're going to be together again next year, and I'll say some nice stuff later on. But next week, I'm going to give you a special little treat. Ooh, it's going to be so exciting. I hope you're looking forward to it. We'll find out next week. Google test, get it done. You just have to click is done for this lesson, and you're done. But take the Google test. Make sure your project and journals are in. Toodles.